Morning, y'all. It's Sunday, and I like my towel. Don't that pretty? Thanks, Karen.
You need to put it up higher so they can see it.
Put it up higher so you can see it. Move your camera down.
Then I don't see your head.
You don't need to.
Yeah, it's pretty ugly.
I've had a lot of requests for some fall type foods, winter, fall stuff, some soups. I'm not much of a soup person. I make beef stew, and I make leeking potato soup. That's like my favorite. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got that on several videos, but I'm going to try to show you every step along the way on this. I'm not a big chili person. I mean, I like chili, but I don't.
He can't make it.
Mine is, you know, generic. So we're going to get rid of the poppers. Everybody, thanks for doing all the poppers. So now we're going to go on a new search, and this is for your favorite soup, stew, chowder, or chili, whatever you want to do. Show us something. So I'm going to do some leek and potato soup. It's real simple. You need russet potatoes. You're going to need some leeks, olive oil, butter. You're going to need chicken stock, bacon, salt, and black pepper. And that's all you're going to need. So let me get a leek cut up here. I'll show you how to do that. And then I'll keep going here. So cut the end off like this. Now leek, you don't want to use this stuff up here. So just cut it about right there. That you can use in a stock or just trash it. I don't care. Now these are pretty dirty. So you cut them down the middle like this, lengthways. And you can peel them apart and there'll be sand in there. These don't look too bad. They look pretty bad on the outside, but anyways, what you got to do is cut them up like that and cut coins like this. And throw it in a pan. We're going to put some water in there. We're going to let these soak. We're going to rinse them about 3 or 4 times. Make sure we get all the sand out of them. So, showed you how to do that. No need to waste more time. Let me get the rest of these cut up and we'll show you what we do next.
Okay.
Okay, I forgot to tell you, you're going to need some half and half with this too. So over here I got me a pot. I peeled some potatoes earlier. Just cut them in half, crossways. They're just regular russet potatoes. Got about probably 3 pounds of potatoes. Now we're going to drain this water. And put this over here on the burner. Turn the right one on. Turn that up almost high. Then I'm going to add some chicken stock to this. I don't know if I'm going to need both boxes or not. Probably 1.5 boxes. I might need them both. I don't know. But you want to make sure these are covered. And you don't want to use water for this step. You want to use chicken stock. If you ain't got stock, use broth. But it's going to serve several purposes. While it's cooking, it's going to flavor the potatoes. It's also going to reduce the stock and concentrate the flavors. And those are all necessary steps. Look, I got that opened all by myself, no problems. So we want to make sure the potatoes are covered. And probably go 1/2 inch to 1 inch above them. About like that. So you see how much I got in there?
They're not all covered.
We're not. Oh, missed one. Okay, we'll put it all in there then. We'll be good. There. Happy? What are these? 32 ounces. So that's 64 ounces of chicken stock. Put a lid on it. Let them cook. You can pause this for a second. Okay, so I got me a pan back here, a skillet. I got it on just about a medium heat. You don't want this real high because you really don't want any color on these leeks. You just want to sweat them down for a while. Put some butter in there. How much? Who knows? A little olive oil. Drain my leeks. That's what they look like sitting in water. I've rinsed them 3 times, switched them around. They're good to go. We'll drain them. Get all the water out that I can. And the skillet, make some noise.
Of course, you gotta make noise.
Gotta make noise. Real simple seasonings. Fresh cracked jack, you want a lot of it. This is pretty much the only time we're going to season anything, is the leeks. So you want to make sure you got enough pepper in there for your finished product. It may look like a lot, but like I say, I got about 3 pounds of potatoes or so over there. And we're going to have probably a quart of half and half in here. So, a little bit of salt. That'll help them sweat down. That you just let it go. If it looks like they're turning brown on you, turn the heat down, get them off the heat. Like I say, you don't want any color on these. Now, along the edges, as you saute, let me find me a thingy. You just constantly stir them like this. Not constantly, but every now and then. But as they start to cook, you'll get some pieces stuck along the edge up here. They may get a little brown on you. That'll be okay. You just don't want very many of them. So you're just going to let this sweat while the potatoes are cooking. And it's going to take these quite a while. Not an hour or nothing, but it's not a
longer than an onion.
Yeah, it's not a 5-minute job because you got your heat so low. And you just want to extract all the flavors out of them leeks that you can. And I'm going to get some bacon prepped up and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. And one more thing. You are going to need a boat motor to do this. You run down the store and get you one of these cheap ones. They're like $20 or less. But this is a must-have. I wouldn't recommend putting a hot soup in a blender. I mean, people do it, but I'm sizzling, so I'm too high. So we got to go way down. Come back and give it a stir. And we may need to add another hunk of butter in here, which I think I'm going to anyway. That's just going to make it more rich.
Get him off the side.
So, put another spoonful of butter in there. Get off of there. So, let me get to work on my bacon and I'll come back in a minute and show you what we're doing next. Okay, I took this thing off the heat a little bit. Let it cool down. I'll turn the heat back down some more. And like I say, you just got to sweat this stuff down. And see what's going on over here. Potatoes are starting to come to temperature. And this pan is not a real thick bottom. So I like to come in here and stir it every now and then. Just make sure they don't stick. I got my oven set at 360. I got about a half a pound, maybe a little slice or two more. It's probably a half a pound of bacon. We're going to go in here. This is thin sliced bacon. And every 10 minutes I'm going to rotate that at 180 degrees just to make sure I got some even cooking. I want that bacon crisp. I don't want it burnt this time though. So now we just let stuff cook, and since I ain't got an open beer, I'm going to drink coffee.
Well, yeah, it's not that late in the day. You don't need a beer yet.
No, I'm busy. So we're going to do that, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Okay, these have been cooking long enough for me. So what I'm going to do is just turn the fire off and let them sit. I turned this all the way up and took the lid off. So now we're going to reduce this chicken broth, chicken stock. We're going to reduce it. Potatoes are still raw yet. And like I say, since I got it on a high heat now, I got to stir this every now and then because the bottom of the pan ain't that thick, ain't that heavy. Fix and look at my bacon. I'm going to spin it around here. Spin my bacon around. Let me get my glove. Yeah, I got clean gloves, but we'll use a dirty one. So just not making a fire this time. Because we ain't baking chicken thighs, right, Terry?
That's right.
So, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I've been up since 2:30, so it's 10:30 now. I've been up for 8 hours. I've been doing all kinds of stuff today. Oh, went through 2 pots of coffee. Don't tell my doctor. And what else are we going to do today? I'm going to fry some chicken tonight for supper. I ain't going to film that because everybody knows I'm an idiot when it comes to frying chicken.
That's true.
What?
I said, that's true.
So, all your new subs, appreciate the hell out of it. Thank you. The likes, comments, shares, and we'll be back.
Okay.
Okay, got my bacon done, and I laid it on here, and I just patted it down with a paper towel. So, now we're not going to make bacon dust this time, but we are going to chop this up pretty fine. You can see it's pretty crisp. You can hear it. If I quit talking, you can hear it.
Can I have a piece?
Hell, you doing to be eating it. You don't have to get it real fine because the boat motors are going to take care of that. But you want to cut it up a little bit.
Keep moving your board and knock the boat motor over.
I ain't going nowhere. Okay. That'd be enough. Now, we come over here.
You have a towel on your shoulder, why don't you use it?
I don't want to get dirty.
Oh, Jesus.
You see how much of that chicken broth or stock cooked down? We're going to leave that in there. Try to do this without making a mess. That's difficult for me.
Scoot that back.
Now we're going to take all our leeks and pepper in here. Easy killer.
Choked on the bacon.
Now you get all these leeks out of here. Get out of there. That'd be good enough. Now we get our boat motor over here. And be careful with these. You don't want to lift this thing up in the air because it'll splatter this stuff everywhere. And then turn her on. You filming that in there?
Noisy.
Yeah, it's noisy. Okay. Let's put some cream in there.
Can you not mash your taters like mashed potatoes?
No,
Why?
because I'm making soup. I ain't making mashed potatoes.
I know, but then you...
No, you gotta have a boat motor. Now we'll put our bacon in. Just grease off my hand. Good enough. Now, put this back on the fire. Well, I can leave it there, I guess. Right front.
And then you need to turn that one off.
Yeah, I guess I do. Well, that was already on. I could have done that. Yeah, left that on.
Oh, jeez.
That's why I got you here.
Turn the other one off now.
So, do that. Play with some more buttons. If you ain't got enough, we'll get you some. Put a lid on here. Now here, you just, I'll make sure this cooks for about 10 minutes. Get your leeks good and hot again, because they've been sitting out. And now is a critical point. You have to stir this on the bottom to make sure it don't stick. And now I gotta clean my kitchen up. And I got my soup done just a little bit ahead of time. I got somebody come over eat soup with me today, so they're supposed to be here at noon. So we'll probably be back a little bit after noon. My soup will be done. Don't that pretty? Now when you serve this in your bowl, you can put some parsley in there, but I went to the store today and the parsley they had was picked 7 years ago and it looked really nasty. So
Only 7 years ago?
Yeah, so I didn't get any. So you don't need it, but you can add a little greenage to it, you know. So we'll be back in a minute to show you when I stir this up what it looks like.
Okay.
In the pot, Terry, in the pot.
What?
So that's what we ended up with, y'all. Leek and potato soup. So, I'm just going to turn it off, put the lid on it, make some more noise, let it sit for about 20 minutes, and we'll fix it blow and eat. Been a while since I made any of this, so we'll see. We'll be back in a few.
Okay.
Okay, got my soup done, and I'm going to dish it up, get in there and see all that goodness in there. That'll be enough to start. That's what my soup, leek and potato soup. Now you gotta have oyster crackers. You can't use regular saltines. Get you some oyster crackers. And it's probably been 6 or 8 months or better, maybe a year since I made this. So we'll see. I ain't tasted it yet. Still my favorite though. Y'all make you some leek and potato soup now.
Must be good. It's not stop shoveling it in.
Make sure you use the chicken broth or stock. Cook them potatoes down in there. Concentrate them flavors. And so that's what I did today. Terry just got a phone call. She got to go to work. I'm loving that. More beer for me. So, y'all make some soups, stews, chilies, and chowders. Work on that. We'll give up the poppers for the fall and the winter. And I appreciate all the popper recipes, man. There was a ton of them. And y'all got something to play with now. So, make me your favorite soup. Let me see what it looks like. This is mine. Y'all have a good one. And we'll be back next time.